Good morning. Myself Subodh Kumar. Again, I am here to teach you the history. Continue the topics that we have left yesterday. Yesterday, I had discussed about the chapter's name. Name of this chapter is Tracing Changes Through 1,000 Years. We had already discussed what the 1,000-year means. Just I am recapping it. 1,000 years, which 1,000 years we are talking about? Which 1,000 years? I do hope you people might have been remembering that we had discussed the period between 750 to 1750, roughly 1,000 years. Why we have selected? There was a change in political system. We had told you, just you reminded, the first Muslim who came to India was Muhammad bin Qasim, who came to India in 712 AD. If people might have been remembering it, it was 712 AD. Muhammad bin Qasim, who came to India, and India, he just settled only in the scene that is right now, it is in the Pakistan. Then we had discussed the changes, what type of changes that we are finding it out. We got the changes in the sphere of lifestyle. We got the changes in the sphere of transportation. We got the changes in the sphere of communication. Then we got the changes in the sphere of our food habits. Do you think many food habits which were not available to us that had just available to us? Now question is, was this, we had also discussed the changes regarding the technological changes. Are these changes related to only these things? We do find the changes in other sphere of our lives, yes or no? Then we will find yes. One aspect is still left untouched, and today we will discuss about that topic. That topic is regarding the religion. Religion. We will discuss about the topic, the religion. What type of changes do we find in the case of sphere of the religions? I do hope you have understood it. 712 you got it, the period you have got it. Now just I will talk it about the religion. You people might have read in the class 6 book what the people used to worship. It was obvious that people used to worship regarding the natures. People used to worship the forest. People used to worship the water. The people used to worship the fire, the mountains. These all things were being worshipped because it had the direct effect on our lives. What were the direct effect? Because we have read that most of our society developed at the bank of the river. Peoples were residing at the bank of the rivers. There were many reasons why the peoples started living at the bank of the rivers. First things, they were getting the fertile soil for the agriculture, because agriculture had taken place. I am talking a little back. I am trying to take you how these changes are taking place. First, fertile soil. Why they require the fertile soil? To practice their agriculture, intensive agriculture. For the purpose of agriculture, fertile soil. If the agriculture is being practiced, there was no any means of irrigation, so water should be available very nearby. So it was the river that provided the sufficient amount of water. There was no any fertilizers. So how they were enhancing the fertility of the soil. Each year the flood comes and it deposits the silt, which increases the fertility of the soil. It means for agriculture purpose. For water, it means water was very close to it. Third, the most important thing was that it was easy for the peoples to travel through the river rather than the dense forest. जंगल में जाएंगे तो किधर से कौन आक्रमण कर देगा पता नहीं चल रहा। जा रहा है ऊपर से कोई जंप कर गया, कोई एनिमल्स, कार्निवोरस, राम नाम सत्य। That's why it was safe to travel through the water. That's why most of the civilizations developed at the bank of the river, and when the flood comes, their crops were destroyed, their housings were destroyed, means hutments were destroyed. So since the river had a direct impact on their lives, so it was said they were worshipping the river, means water. Fire had also impact. Today itself fire becomes uncontrolled. Recently you might have seen the news that the forest fire in Australia that had destroyed a lot of forest. Environment is changing, it is becoming warm. Many wild animals were burned out. Many people had to leave their homes. Few years back you can say that in our Uttarakhand area the fire had taken place. It means fire, and in general in our society fire is taking place. We have many means to control the fire. At that time there was no any other means rather than the water to simply settle the fire. So fire had the direct impact. So they were worshipping the fire. They were also worshipping the sun. गर्मी में हमारे यहाँ भी गर्मी पड़ती है. We just settle, manage it by using the fan, by using the AC, and by using the other things. When the temperature becomes very high, it simply destroys the crops. Finding the crops are being destroyed. Since the crops were being destroyed, so they were worshipping. It means everywhere we find the natural things had the direct impact on the lives. So people used to worship these natural things. In class 6 we have read about the Indus Valley civilization. In the Indus Valley civilization, we find when we go to the religious factors or part of it, we find that a statue is identified. They were such resembling the Lord Shiva. Pashupati name was given the Pashupati. It is also said that three main earlier one getting the God, getting the importance. It was Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. After the changing of the times, many new religious deities were introduced. Now, Shiva Shiva, Vishnu and Durga. These three God and goddess, God importance. After that, we do find many new deities were introduced, came into existence. We have discussed, just I am taking you back to the class 6. Our society was divided into 4 groups: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudras. We have read what was the function of the Brahmans. The main function of the Brahmans was to spread the religion, provide the education, assisting the rulers. As far as education is concerned, it means this shows that it has the sole right of Brahmans over the educations. Because educations were being imparted in the Sanskrit language. Today also, if you post matter, you finding Sanskrit is a tougher language because we have common language. We speak either Hindi or English or other local languages. The Sanskrit becomes tough. We have discussed that change in the languages, change in the meaning. Sanskrit at that time was also very much hard one, very complicated, very big words were being used. Our Dharma Shastras were written in the Sanskrit itself. If we just think about the Veds, we have the 4 Veds. These 4 Veds were also written in the Sanskrit. Then we had the Vedanta, or can say it was the Upaveda. These Upaveds were also written in Sanskrit. Other than the Veds and Upaveda or Vedas, we have the Upanishad, then we have the Purans, then we have the Brahmans, then we have the Aranyaks. Many books are there that all are written in the Sanskrit. It means who can explain it? It was only the Brahmans who had the knowledge of the text of Sanskrit can explain it. Due to explanation of reasons, only since Brahman can explain it, so Brahman got importance in the society. And when Brahman got importance in the society, just like why the Brahmans got importance. Brahman got importance only due to their knowledge of Sanskrit text. Brahman got importance only due to knowledge of their Sanskrit text. And what Sanskrit? Because Dharma Shastras were written in the Sanskrit. And you are only Brahman who were able to explain it. When the Brahmans got importance, then the rulers used to give them the patrons, संरक्षण, उनको संरक्षण देना शुरू कर दिया. Sanrakshan is they were being protected in all the respects, economically also. So Brahman got importance. Brahmans used to get the patronage, and when Brahmans used to get the patronage, then the construction of temple started. Construction of temple started by the royalty, because Brahmans were there. They were suggesting them to create temples. Now the rulers started constructing the temples, keeping 2 things in their view. First is, it was suggested that they are enhancing the religions on the suggestion of the Brahmins. Second thing, they wanted to explore their wealth, show their wealth. Later on, as the temples were being constructed, it became the center of education, religion, economy. Many classical dance that we see, whether it is Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, another style of dance systems, all are supposed to have originated from the temple itself. Classical music, classical dance, all originated from the temple itself. It means we can say it was also the hub of cultures. Educations, because there was no any schooling systems, and I have told you Brahmins used to provide the information, and since Brahman used to provide the information, people used to go to the temple for their education. It means become a nucleus center of education, it becomes the nucleus center of religion, it becomes an economic center of economy also. People used to give dana dakshina. People used to give the charity and land in donations. It means the wealth of temple increased. And whenever the foreign attackers were coming in, 750 that we have told you, they used to target the temples only, because it was believed that all the wealth are being accumulated in the temples. Now, it means we have got the construction of the temples by the royalty, then we have got the importance of the Brahmins, worship of new deities, and importance of Brahman gods due to their knowledge of Sanskrit text. At the same time, due to more importance of the Brahmins, it was since centralized, and other peoples were not allowed. Other peoples might have been the Vaishya and Sudras were not allowed to participate in the religious functions. And it was said that if we have to get free from the cycle of birth and rebirth, मोक्ष is required. ये जो कहा जाता है हिंदू धर्म में, बहुत सारे धर्म होंगे, 84 लाख टाइम्स जन्म लेना पड़ेगा, मरना पड़ेगा, ऑल द एनिमल्स में जाना पड़ेगा, तब जाके ह्यूमन बीइंग का स्वरूप मिलेगा। और यही ह्यूमन बीइंग का स्वरूप है जिसमें आप गॉड की पूजा करके इस साइकिल ऑफ बर्थ और रिबर्थ है छुटकारा ले सकते हैं, कहाँ जा सकते हैं, हेवन जा सकते हैं। मीन्स अल्टीमेट गोल इट वाज मेड देम टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट वी हैव गो टू द हेवन। वेयर इज द हेवन? आई आल्सो माइसेल्फ डोंट नो। So due to importance, these two peoples, how since these peoples were not allowed, Vaishya and Sudras, even in Rajput families, Rajput caste, the women's particularly were generally not allowed. So how can these group of people can go to the heaven, access to the heavens? It was led to the starting of the Bhakti. Bhakti movement simply related that we don't have to correlate or point an intermediate for the worship of a god. It means it created a direct relation with the god without the interference of the Brahmans, and we can worship the god according to our wish. It was the Bhakti movement. It means the people who started worshipping Shiva, they were called the Shaivas. The people who were worshipping the Vishnu, they came to be known as the Vaishnava. Then today we find there are many sects. people who are following a particular god or goddesses. See, somewhere people are very much follower of Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, Durga. It means they become the different parts. The Bhakti movement is started because it was becoming very hard. Sanatan Dharma, Hindu Dharma, due to increasing importance of Brahmas, it was becoming hard. So the Bhakti movement started. And it gave the right to all the peoples. If you go back before 750, the two religions, Jainism and Buddhism, started only to oppose the Hinduism. Because in Hinduism, they were not including all these groups of peoples, but Jainism and Buddhism allowed them to come and join us. It means we have got the religious changes. What it was so much concentrated, now it is bifurcated and Bhakti movement is started. Now a little bit back. I told you by 750 to 1750 in between. I have given you idea in 712. It was important because the first Muslim came to India. His name was Muhammad bin Qasim. He just stayed near the Sindh of Pakistan. When the trade exploded, merchants started coming from one part of the country to another part of the country, one country to another country. This movement led to the coming of a new type of religion. It was called the Islam. Islam came, it had a holy book called the Quran. First the Quran and their teachings were brought by the merchants and the travelers. Now we are coming to Quran. It was the holy book of the Islam. This religion was supposed to have been around the 6th century. Emergence of this religion in the 6th century by the Prophet Muhammad Paigambar. This says that they were monotheistic, matlab they were believing in one God. In Hindu there are many gods. देखा जाएगा तो बोलेंगे 33 करोड़ देवी देवता. इसमें एक monotheistic. They were saying that Allah, who is their God, is very much kind and benevolent. Anyone who comes in there with names, they are being forbidden. Later on, the Islam were further divided into two groups, and these two groups were Shia and Sunni. Islam were like it. We have not got it. Hinduism were also divided into many sects. Shaiva is there, Vaishnava is there, full of Durga is there, full of other religions there. In the same way, Islam were also divided into Shia and Sunni. Now, till this one, we have got the changes. This changes is related to the religions. It means we have got the changes in the meaning of the words. In that we have discussed about the Hindustan and the foreigners. For two examples we have taken. Then the changes in the groups of the peoples. Jati Panchayat, Brahmans, Kshatriya means Rajput and new groups emerged. Name of a place were also changed, new name came. It was changed in the words also, meaning also, name of the place also. Like I have told you, Ang, now it is known as the Bhagalpur. Magar, it is now known as the Patna. Awadh, now it is known as the Lucknow. And also Varanasi, Banaras, Prayag, Allahabad. These are the names that have been changed. Today we say Bengal. And if anybody are being told that God, confused. God is the old name of Bengal. Since it was being told, changed to Arya. So we have got the changes, technological changes that we have rated. That means mechanized form were being introduced. Pursuing wheel, spinning wheels, firearms, that we have got the technological changes that we are finding it. Then other changes were also started. Now, after we have discussed how the peoples were finding, writing the history. Now, one more. Now, to make the history easier, what the work has been done by the historians? Is there any work that the historians have done? Yes. Historians had tried to divide history into three basic groups. One was ancient period. In ancient period, in India, we are talking about India means it was India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. It was basically the rule of Hindu. उस समय मुस्लिम हमारे यहाँ नहीं आए थे. Don't get confused that पाकिस्तान में तो मुस्लिम ज्यादा लोग रहते हैं, बांग्लादेश में मुस्लिम ज्यादा है, हिंदुस्तान में भी मुस्लिम की जनसंख्या अच्छी खासी है. तो एंशिएंट पीरियड इट वाज टोटली रूल्ड एंड सब्जेक्ट एंड रूलर्स बोथ वेर द हिंदूज. Just go through Indus Valley civilizations that we have read in class 6. Indus Valley civilizations, many sites are still writing in the Pakistan. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, which is the main site of Indus Valley civilization, it lies in the Pakistan. Name has been given because it developed at the bank of the river Indus. These were ruled, and Harshvardhan is considered the last great Hindu rulers. Even after the rule continue, but we have taken it because first Muslim came to the scene. But Muslim rule actually started in 1206. The ancient period simply shows that we are talking about the Hindu rulers, North India, South India, the rulers were the Hindu, the ruled peoples were the Hindus. These two groups, they have confined to another part. When the scenario changes, Muslim advent started coming to the India. You will read in the next class the two important Muslim invaders at the time. One was Mahmud of Ghazni. It is said that he attacked India many times. Last his attack was on the temple of Somnath. From here, he looted gold, silver, and other precious stones. It was taken from India to make a city in the Afghanistan. Then there came the Muhammad Ghori, and Muhammad Ghori had fought two wars. One was 1191, 1190. 1191 was the first battle of Tarain. 1192 was the second battle of Tarain. It was against the Prithviraj Chauhan. Muhammad Ghori was defeated actually in the first battle, but when the second time he attacked in 1192, he won and he captured and killed, as the story suggests, Prithviraj Chauhan. And after 1192, he started ruling, but when he shows his wish, when I either depart or I die, one of my servants should be made the ruler. So in 1206, Qutbuddin Aibak, he was made the ruler in 1206, and Qutbuddin Aibak was a slave, so slave dynasty started. We will discuss about the Muslim rule further in the other chapters of this class itself. The medieval period started actually from 1206, but we take after that also. Till the Muslim rule start and 1756, when we have discussed, it was the Battle of Plassey and it was fought by the British 750. It means between these periods it is called medieval period, and when we talk about the medieval period, it means the rulers were the Muslims. The rules were the Hindu rulers, mostly rulers, not all the rulers, mostly rulers were the Muslims, and ruled subjects were the Hindu, and it was mostly the Hindus. Then third period, it was divided, it was the modern period. In the modern period, after 1756, then another one battle was fought. One was 1756, it was the Battle of Plassey. Then 1764, it was the Buxar. These two battles changed the destiny of India. And what was the destiny of India? Simply after the Battle of Buxar. Simply after the Battle of Buxar, Christian rules started. That means the main rulers were the Christian, means British were this. Why I am talking about the Christians? Because Goa was also ruled by the Christians, it was European powers. That's why it is not very wise to say it was ruled by the Britishers. Some parts still Goa were also under the control of the Portuguese. So we can say these parts were mostly dominated by the Christians. Means the rulers were Christians, basically mostly. The ruled people, subjects were both Hindu and the Muslim Western. To make the work easy, historians have divided one more thing. There is no any perfect timeline where one period ends, another period starts. It is very much clear that even 712 AD, it was the Muslims, but Muslim rule start actually in the 1206. But since a Muslim came, that's why we consider it as the starting of the another period, medieval period. Christian peoples came for their great purpose. The Christians, the first Portuguese, you peoples might have been knowing, 1498. Portuguese Vasco da Gama, who discovered the sea route to India. Is very much clear? 1498 by Then 1602 French. Then 1608 Dutch. Then British, and 1664 was the French. Portuguese, Dutch, British, and the French, 1662. But since they were engaged themselves only in the trading purpose, so we do not consider that starting of the Christian period. We started Christian period only after 1756 and 1764 because they had fought the war and established their rule in India. Means they started collecting the territories. It means till now we have got so what the thousands years, how the changes are taking place in these thousands years. I do hope by going through these two videos, you people might have got understood the chapter 2 of Extended 7 History. Because in these two chapters, we have tried to discuss, try to make you understand about the topic 1000 years, which 1000 years, and we also try to make you understand the tracing changes, finding out the changes, what types of changes we are trying to find out. And in these two videos, we have already discussed about all these things. I do hope it is better to understand. You have understood it. Now you will again recap these videos to enhance your information. Thank you. This is the end of this chapter.